Hello my bookworms, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sydney and today's video will be my February TBR playing my Spin the Bottle TBR game. So hey, what's up? How are you? I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me for a little bit. And welcome back to another edition of this Spin the Bottle TBR game. I have a very specific set of books that I need to read this month in February, so I'm really hoping that this goes well. If you're new here, this is my Spin the Bottle TBR game. I have a board over here. The first spin that we do will have cardboard color papers, which is all of the prompts that my patrons have submitted to me, so it is my Patreon only spin. And then after that, I mix and mingle all the prompts that I have ever, and then we continue to play the game. Now, we have some new rules coming in this month in February 2022. The main rule of if I land on a space 5 times, then I have to add a spin at the end of the game. I have a running tally in my bullet journal that I keep track of those things. And we're adding another element, and I'm very excited about it. So one of my goals for 2022 is being able to kind of put less pressure on myself, basically, because I ultimately want to enjoy my time here, you know, and not get sucked into forcing myself to read anything. So this element of this game is very exciting. I'm calling it Swigs. So here's why. So the theme of the TBR game is spin the bottle. So I tried to keep like the drinking theme alive and well. So, you know, you take a swig of a beer or you take a swig of water. That's where it came from. But basically what it means is a swig is the same thing as a swap. SW in the words, you know what I'm saying. I don't know if it is too much, you know, I could have just said the swap program, but you know, this is me we're talking about, and I always have to make things a little bit difficult. But these things being said, the swig program means every single month I have 2 opportunities to obtain a swap. And these swaps I will be able to use within the game or within the month and swap a book on my Spin the Bottle TBR with a different book. So if I land on a space and I get a prompt that I really don't want to do, but in the previous month I earned a swig, then I get to use that swig and swap out the prompt. Does that make sense? Now you might be asking, now Sydney, how do you obtain a swig? And friends, let me tell you. So during the game today, we establish a goal for myself this next month. And the theme of these goals are basically a self-care and self-improvement type thing. So this next month, my swig goal for myself is going to be move my body at least 3 times a week. Now I'm a nurse. I'm literally moving my body 24/7. I'm always on my feet, but I'm talking about like exercise. I'm talking about working out or yoga or going for an extra walk a day. You know, something for my vessel, trying to become healthier again. I kind of fell off the wagon recently. Night shift kind of put me in a weird headspace. So I want to get back on my self-care, self-improvement wagon. And I thought this was a fun way in order to try to better myself and also give myself perks in my reading journey. So that is the SWIG program. It is beginning this month. And that wasn't a lie. That is actually what my goal is for this next month in February will be to move my body 3 times a week. And I will keep track of that in my bullet journal and we will go over it next month and see how I did. And if I did it, I get another swig, and they do carry over every month. So that can become really cool, or I can use them as soon as I get them and I might not accumulate any, you know? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So obviously last month, this was that TBR. So I had 5 books, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One was a mystery book, and I will have completed all of them. I am almost done with Jade City. I have to actually finish it by 3 p.m. tomorrow because I'm on a live show for it, but I will finish it. I have to. So that being said, I completed my Spin the Bottle TBR for January, and I obtained the benefit. So let us grab the mug and see what we get. Okay, so I have my mug here with all of my rewards, and we are going to pick one at random and see what we get. This will basically help determine how the game goes today, because I could use this prompt. This one is actually mood read. So that means that if I land on a prompt that I don't want to do, I could just swap it out with this one. Rude. So that's very cool. I will keep this in my arsenal. And that's really the last thing that we had to go over. So we can just go right on into spin number 1. the very first spin we landed on dark blue, and the prompt was read a book from a genre you don't normally read from or one that you don't enjoy much. And I have the perfect book for this one because it is the buddy read pick for my Patreon book club this month, and it is from a genre that I don't read from like ever. I think this is the first, let me grab it. The book is Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston. I don't think I've read a middle grade book since I was myself a middle grade, so this definitely fits that prompt, and I'm very excited about it. I've heard nothing but great things about this book, and I'm very excited to discuss it with my worms over on my Patreon, and I know absolutely nothing about it. So it says, Amari Peters has never stopped believing her missing brother Quentin is alive, not even when the police told her otherwise, or when she got in trouble for standing up to bullies who said he was gone for good. So when she finds a ticking briefcase in his closet containing a nomination for a summer tryout at the Bureau of Supernatural Affairs, she's sure the secret organization holds the key to locating Quentin. If only she can wrap her head around the idea of magicians, fairies, aliens, and other supernatural creatures all being real. Now she must compete for a spot against kids who've known about magic their whole lives. No matter how hard she tries, Amari can't escape the scrutiny and doubt, especially once her own supernaturally enhanced talent is deemed illegal. With an evil magician threatening the supernatural world and her classmates thinking she's an enemy, Amari has never felt more alone. But if she doesn't stick it out and pass the tryouts, she may never find out what happened to Quentin. And I do know that this is a series, so this is the book one, obviously, from what I understand. That sounds really, really cute. I think that it will be really interesting to experience a middle grade book at 25 years of age. I know that it's a very popular genre, especially like no matter what age people are. I just haven't read a middle grade in so long, so I am interested to see how I will like it, but the premise of the book in general sounds really cute. I think it sounds like I will be interested in the subject matter at least. So yes, very excited about this one. This is book one on the TBR. So let's go on to spin number 2. Number 2, we landed on red, and that was read a book that is your most recent purchase. And this one literally came in the mail, I think, yesterday. It is Jade War by Fonda Lee. I, like we've mentioned previously, am in the middle of Jade City, but this is book 2 in the series, and I'm doing a read-along of the Greenbone Saga within my Patreon book club. Since this is book 2, I'm not gonna read the synopsis of it or anything, and basically, in Jade City, the back says, for centuries, honorable Greenbone warriors have used magical jade to enhance their abilities and defend the island of Kikon from foreign invasion. Now the war is over and a new generation vies for control of Kikon's bustling capital city. 4 siblings of the powerful Call family must prepare for battle, and the fragile peace between the clans is about to break. And basically there's like 2 different sides of this like battle of families, friends, foe, all of these things. The family dynamics are really good, and I'm very excited to see the fantasy elements evolve a little bit more in Jade War, because this first book so far, I'm not finished with it obviously, but so far it is a lot of like world building and politics and like getting to know the characters, but I know that stuff is about to happen like big time in the last half of the book, but I'm very excited to see where it goes. So Jade War is book number 2 on this TBR. And let's go for spin number 3. Spin number 3, we got read a small book, a book that is less than 150 pages. And we landed on a +1 spin, so that means we have to add another spin at the end of the game. And I'm going to choose one of my 5-star predictions for this one. I am choosing Comfort Me with Apples by Catherine M. Valent. And I'm so excited about this book. This book sounds unhinged and I am so ready for it. The synopsis is literally everything I could ever dream of. It is, Sophia was made for him, her perfect husband. She can feel it in her bones. He is perfect. Their home together in Arcadia Gardens is perfect. Everything is perfect. It's just that he's away so much. So often, he works so hard. She misses him and he misses her. sure. He says he does, so it must be true. He is the perfect husband and everything is perfect. But sometimes Sophia wonders about things, strange things, dark things. The look on her husband's face when he comes back from a long business trip, the questions he will not answer, the locked basement she is never allowed to enter, and whenever she asks the neighbors, they can't quite meet her gaze. But everything is perfect, isn't it? Wow, I'm so excited to read this. I think it's going to be absolutely incredible. The fact that it is so short, it's like 90 something pages, just adds to the fact that I think it's going to be so unhinged and just absolutely wild. So I am very excited to pick this one up, but in the meantime, let us go to spin number 4. Spin number 4, we landed on a mood read, which is super exciting. I really am happy to be able to get this book on this TBR, and that book is 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. I love this cover. I think it's really, really pretty. And the book itself, Eva Mercy is a single mom and best-selling erotica writer who is feeling pressed from all sides. Shane Hall is a reclusive, enigmatic, award-winning novelist who, to everyone's surprise, shows up in New York. When Shane and Eva meet unexpectedly at a literary event, sparks fly, raising not only their buried traumas, but the eyebrows of the black literati. What no one knows is that 15 years earlier, teenage Eva and Shane spent one crazy, torrid week madly in love. While they may be pretending to not know each other, they can't deny their chemistry or the fact that they've been secretly writing to each other in their books throughout the years. Over the next 7 days, amidst a steamy Brooklyn summer, Eva and Shane reconnect, but Eva's wary of the man who broke her heart and wants him out of the city so her life can return to normal. Before Shane disappears, though, she needs a few questions answered. I think that this sounds really, really good. I love the fact that they're like writing to each other throughout the novels that they're writing without actually directly saying that it's to each other. I love that. I love a little literary tie into a love story. So I'm very excited. I think that this is going to be really, really cool. And we landed on another +1 spin in that round, if you didn't notice. Okay, so spin number 5, we got a tarot space. I might want to use my little mood read token from last month for this space, but I think I'll draw my card, see what the prompt is, and then I'll make that decision. Okay, so I have my major arcana here, and I'm just going to shuffle them up a couple times and then pick the one that lands on top. And I picked Justice. Any other month, I feel like I would be so excited to get this prompt. For Justice, I have like a murder mystery or a thriller. There are definitely thrillers that I want to read, but right now there are certain books that I need to get on my TBR this month, so I'm going to use my mood read. I'm going to use the little reward for finishing my TBR last month. Sorry, but the mood read that I'm going to pick in lieu of this prompt will be Crescent City, House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas. I am so excited. I don't think that I can adequately say in words how excited I am to read this book. I scheduled my work this month around this release date, made sure that I had like the 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th off just so that I can like read, devour it, vlog it, post about it. I'm ready. I am going to be in Crescent City. And I think that that's the right choice. I'm excited for that, and we can just go on to the next spin. Okay, and we landed on a prompt that literally fits perfectly. It is a book club pick, and this is actually one of the last books. I mean, there's a couple others that I wanted to get on this TBR, but this one, I mean, is my book club pick for February, and that is Sorrowland by Rivers Solomon. This is also a 5-star prediction of mine, so hopefully this month should be absolutely fantastic. I just hope that I'm correct. In Sorrowland, it says, Vern, 7 months pregnant and desperate to escape the strict religious compound where she was raised, flees for the shelter of the woods. There she gives birth to twins and plans to raise them far from the influence of the outside world. But even in the forest, Vern is a hunted woman. Forced to fight back against the community that refuses to let her go, she unleashes incredible brutality far beyond what a person should be capable of, her body racked by inexplicable and uncanny changes. To understand her metamorphosis and protect her small family, Vern has to face the past and, more troublingly, the future, outside of the woods. Finding the truth will mean uncovering not only the secrets of the compounds she fled, but also the violent history of America that produced it. And it says that River Solomon's Sourland is a genre-bending work of gothic fiction. Here, monsters aren't just the individuals, but entire nations. And it sounds absolutely phenomenal. I love like a weird, creepy religious cult type vibe book. The fact that she's giving birth in the woods to twins, raising them. And I haven't read from River Solomon's before, but the fact that it's described as gothic makes me really excited for all of the atmosphere that they might create. So I'm very excited to get into this story and see what it's all about. I've heard some really good things. So, and that being said, let us go on to the next spin. Okay, so that was officially the last spin, and the space that we landed on was a secret space. So, sorry, but this is part of the game. This book will be part of a vlog that will come out sometime this year. And that is it. That is the last book on the TBR for this month. And here is the stack that we have. And also keep in mind, in addition, Crescent City, House of Sky and Breath is probably about yay big. So add that to the stack. This is looking a little chunky, not gonna lie. I'm very excited though. 2 of these are 5-star predictions. This is in a series that I'm really enjoying so far, and then just a fantastic sounding mood read. So it's shaping up to be a fabulous month. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me for a little bit. If you are still watching, then leave the crystal ball emoji down below in the comments. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. I always appreciate your support. And of course, be kind to one another and happy reading. Bye.